Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell. Go to updates. I almost always say I'm really excited for today's beer, but I'm not excited for today's beer. Usually when I'm going to talk about things first, before I get into review, I say, if you just want the review, feel free to skip ahead, which you can do, obviously. But this might be one, because of the context of it, might help, because I don't know what to expect with what's going to happen in this review. So this beer came out in 2011, and I believe it was January 2011. If I'm remembering, and from what I looked up, it should be very early, the first month, it looks like anyway, of 2011. So that's 9 years ago, over 9 years ago. Craft beer was a lot different then. A lot of breweries I love weren't even in existence yet. And I really liked these guys, and I really liked this Mother's Milk. And it was hard to get that. That's the base, but it's not what this is. The Mother's Milk. It's a milk stout, and there weren't a lot of breweries I could get easily back then. And even though this is another New York brewery, it wasn't easy for me to get where I lived. And it's not like it's that far from where I was living at the time. So we started getting their stuff. The milk stout is very good. It's 5-6% ABV. So I was super excited when I heard they were going to release a bourbon barrel aged version. But again, trying to put things in context. This is before, for example, Goose Island's Bourbon County was distributed in New York State. So, I had never had that. And that was going to be 2012, in November 2012. So almost 2 full years later, I had to go through all of 2011, almost all of 2012, before I'd ever tried that beer. So, I hadn't had a ton of bourbon barrel aged stouts, but the ones I did have, I liked. And it was definitely a style that, I didn't, when I first was getting a craft beer, I liked very malty things. But I didn't like stouts yet, and then I finally got into liking IPAs and stouts, and it was definitely that gradual thing. But I was so excited for this, and I bought 2 bottles, and tried the one, and I was so disappointed in it. And what this is Keegan Ale's bourbon aged Mother's Milk stout aged in bourbon barrels, a collaboration with Widow Jane Distillery. The base, like I said, is 5 or 6%. From what I could find online, this looks like it's just a 6% stout. But that might just be going off of what the base is, and they don't know what it was upped, if at all, from the distilling. I'm sorry, but from being aged in a barrel that was from a distillery. All right. Inside this bottle is a collaboration of 2 great New York artisanal beverage makers. We aged our award-winning milk stout in Widow Jane bourbon barrels, which is distilled using water from the Widow Jane limestone caves of Rosendale, New York, just a stone's throw away from this brewery. One night, after a few beers and bourbons, the idea of this collaboration was born, resulting in something magical, something special. We hope you enjoy this marriage of passions as much as we do. Enjoy today, in a year, or in 5 or 9. It will continue to mature and mellow with age. Store cool and enjoy with friends. Well, you're my friends. I'm going to enjoy it with you. So yeah, I remember pretty distinctly being disappointed and being like, well, I'm definitely just going to age the other one. It says you can age in. Again, this is very new to me, aging beer. The lower ABV wasn't even on my radar. Wait, should I age a stout that is that low in ABV? They're saying you can age it up for 5 years. I haven't even talked about this ridiculous swing top that they put wax over. Part of me wanted to call this wax off before the review so it'd be a little more streamlined. But I was like, no, I'm not going to deprive you guys of watching me try to, and maybe I'll just chunk off actually, of me trying to fight with this. But actually, it's kind of chunking off, not too bad. I took some pictures that'll be on Instagram if you want to kind of see a little bit closer what this looks like. But I'm sure it's coming off camera okay. Or coming up on the camera okay. I feel like I'm tripping over my words a lot in this video. Yeah, I'm just going to set that over here for a sec. Makes me think of some of those, I'll call them troll cans, that are wax sealed cans. I get it, you can age this beer, but you don't wax dip a swing top I mean, who am I to say what to do? And I feel like I'm being negative. Again, I really like the regular, the base of this. So I'm definitely not a hater. I'll clean it up later. Um, but yeah, this is silly. Come on. For being honest, this is pretty silly. Why am I doing this? I switched to a local distillery to support, and so my wife and I have been drinking the pre-made cocktails we got. Plus, I got some whiskeys from them. So I haven't done like a local beer review in a little while, and so I want to do something from New York. And also, I've been doing so many like IPAs, double IPAs, triple IPAs. I'm like, I need to do something different, and this is about as different as as I can get based on stuff that's in my stomach. And we're back. So things are pretty clean now. I'm going to power through doing a review of this beer. I don't think I'll label this video a beer review. I'll probably call it something like, "This is why you don't age milk stouts." Actually, it's pretty darn black considering the lower ABV. The head was very gushing. And it's a very actually mocha color for what is left of it. You can say aroma. I mean, I don't want to say it smells like sour milk, but you do get actually like a little bit of a yogurt thing mixing with a chocolate, which is interesting. Actually, it's if you've ever had chocolate yogurt, it doesn't smell like that though. It smells like plain yogurt, and then that like chocolate roastiness you can get in a stout, and they are distinctively different in this beer. Oddly, a vanilla note that's pleasant. It's not a pleasant smell though, but the vanilla it's coming through is actually pleasant. Yeah, it's a little like earthy. Maybe it's the wood from the barrel. I don't know. It doesn't smell as sour as I thought it would. I will say this as I'm getting into the taste. When it was foaming out, I tried to I was like trying to like get some of the foam to prevent it from keep it from continuing to gush. And it was very reminiscent of like if you ever at a movie theater or wherever had an icy. Admittedly, I haven't had Coca-Cola in a really long time, like decades. But it was very reminiscent of those. I do like the blue raspberry one of those, but it's like a Coca-Cola version of that because it had that texture almost because of the foam, and then that the taste of like the chocolate, the tart sour kind of a thing a little bit, kind of made it think reminiscent of like a Coca-Cola. But anyway, get into the taste of, and I've not actually had the liquid, just some of that foam, so this will be interesting. Cheers. It does taste better than it smells, so that's cool. The yogurt approaching sour milk thing, not really present, which is nice. It's a very subtle chocolate milk flavor actually. And again, this is 9 years old and did that when I opened it. There's a thinness to it, but again, I've been drinking really big stouts and then been doing all these IPAs. So it's not to say it's a thin beer, but just compared to what I've been drinking the last however many months, it seems like. Or not even seems like in reality, I'm sure if I look back. But for like a 6%-ish beer, it's not overly thin. Yeah, I mean milk chocolate. Yeah, milk chocolate, like actual like chocolate milk. I should say like legit. You took milk and mixed Hershey syrup, like chocolate milk. I shouldn't say milk chocolate, chocolate milk beer. Like that's really what is coming through. You get a little bit of vanilla, like I was getting the aroma, which is probably coming from the barrel, but maybe the lactose, I can give a vanilla flavor as well. I don't think I am picking up any barrel specific flavor, except for, again, perhaps that vanilla. Um, yeah, I mean, it's weird that it tastes as good as it does, given that it exploded. Um, I like that I said that cotton, or not the cotton candy, the Coca Cola thing. It does have, it is reminiscent of like a soda that way. And again, it's a weird. I'm trying to think the last time I had Coca Cola, because even like as a kid, I didn't like Coke. I always liked root beer, orange soda. Um, Actually, that's about it. Well, Sprite every once in a while, but I wasn't a big soda drinker. But if I did have soda, it'd be root beer. So the few times probably in my life I had cola, I mean, we're talking again decades. But it's weird. Sometimes those childhood things stick with you, and this does, you know, drink like I'm remembering cola tasting with the other things I said. It's like it's a whatever those things coming together. It's kind of interesting. I'm not going to finish this. It's not that good. Um, I guess this was more of an experiment than anything. So yeah, have you ever aged a milk stout for 9 years? Let me know. And also, any thoughts on how to better clean up and get this soured beer smell off of my basement floor? Let me know any of that in the comment section below. Check me out on Instagram and Taps. No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, don't age milk stouts for 9 years. Cheers.